What intro? I wasn't prepared for this. You didn't tell me there'd be an intro. I'm trying to find out.
Okay, you know, like how podcasts and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to... I can't fucking remember. I'm reading about the Juggernaut right now, okay? I'm busy.
Okay, well, while you do that, welcome.
Oh,
everybody, to the first episode of EMC. I guess that's the best way to do it.
That's probably the best way to do it.
Just first episode. So first episode is going to have some wonderful bumps.
Nope, it will be
and fumbles.
Smooth.
It's going to be smooth. Okay. Well, we already got the title for it. That's Fearsome 5, which you came up with.
Yep.
I love that title. Okay, so with, like, I know, what was it, last year, Suicide Squad came out for DC, and some people liked it. I know a lot of people who didn't. Mostly didn't. A lot of people didn't like it, but it gave me the idea, like, okay, I know Marvel had the Sinister Six for, like, Spider-Man and stuff like that, and they had, what was it, like the Thunderbolts, but they're not really like a group of villains. And I think a good start is if you had to pick 5 people to choose for like a Marvel Suicide Squad, who would you pick? Just 5, so the Fearsome 5.
Are we going to go like one at a time? We're going to go back and forth until we have the list, or do I give you my 5?
You give me your 5, and then I'll give you my 5.
Okay.
And we might have the same person, at least one.
There might be crossover.
There might be 1 or 2 crossovers,
and I can
which
pick
is fine.
Anyone who is not classified distinctly as a good guy.
Yeah, like it can pretty much.
Are we? What about like
if they are a villain,
anti-heroes?
like try and limit it to like maybe 1 or 2, but try and keep the core of it like villains. You know what I mean?
Okay. Number 1, as I was just saying, I'm gonna pick the Juggernaut.
Like that choice.
Underrated, massively underrated. Total powerhouse. He's pretty much indestructible. Argo, mental attacks, but there are ways around this. So, number 1, I'm gonna pick the Juggernaut.
Okay.
Then, gotta go Apocalypse.
And these are the comic versions, right? That you're going for. This isn't like the.
No.
We're not talking about.
We're not talking about the shitty. X-Men was a last stand. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch, and he's wearing a rock on his head that looks like a fucking circumcised dick, and he's just the most useless fucking. Like, they just totally destroyed the Juggernaut. They ruined him. So we're going with the proper iterations of these people. So
we don't have to worry about studios and all that stuff.
No.
Film studios, just
I'm gonna go
straight comics. All right.
I'm gonna go Juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Thanos.
Good choice.
I would go with
So you got 3. So you got Apocalypse, Thanos, and
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
I'd go with the Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Now, when I say this, what I mean is not Jean Grey trying to like restrain Phoenix. We're talking like shit's hitting the fan. The Phoenix is out.
And pissed.
And shit's evaporating. That's what we're going with.
Okay.
And then to round them out, a 5th person. See, part of me is like, I want to pick something that would be like really out of place, just because it'd be amusing.
Yeah.
Because I've just listed like 4, essentially, in their own capacities, unbeatable people. To beat any of them genuinely and destroy them would be very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard.
That would.
Now, okay, so for my 5th, I think I might go like Doomsday.
Doomsday from DC Comics.
I know. I don't like DC typically, but like He
So
screwed up.
now you're just opening it up to not just Marvel, but you're gonna throw a DC.
Yeah, because I said something that'd be out of place and funny.
Well, out of place and funny, yeah, but wouldn't you want to keep it with Marvel?
Okay, fine.
Let's keep it with Marvel.
Okay, I didn't like these rules.
Because hey, let's keep it with Marvel, and then let's do 2 rounds. Let's do 1 Marvel, straight Marvel,
and then if the Suicide Squad was done,
and then anybody.
Okay.
Then let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
So first round, all Marvel. Second round, fair game. Anybody from any.
I picked Deadpool.
Now,
I know that people are going to argue that he's not a villain, and he's technically not. But we said we could have an anti-hero.
Yeah.
And I guess you could say like the Juggernaut's kind of the same, but the Juggernaut's an asshole. So we can move on and we can let it go. See, it's bothering me not letting me have my DC person.
Yeah. I can tell.
It stems from my hatred of Superman. I hate Superman.
A lot of people do. And I
don't
don't blame them.
I'm the one guy at the movie theater going like, yes, kill Superman, and then they don't because he's indestructible, and I'm like, no.
Well then, didn't you watch Batman vs Superman? You would have been happy.
I haven't seen it.
You'll be happy at the end.
I don't know if I can handle a Ben
last.
Affleck Batman.
You know what? So many people said that. I am a Batfleck fan. I watched the movie. Now I watched that one. Did you watch Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I've seen Suicide Squad.
Okay, so you saw Suicide Squad. I did not see that one, but I saw Batman vs Superman, and like there was a lot of problems with it, but Ben Affleck was not one of them.
Do you know what the biggest mistake they made in Suicide Squad? We're getting off topic here, but the biggest mistake they made in Suicide Squad is they used the Joker for like 8 fucking seconds, and he was the best. Like everyone else, whatever. It was what it was, but
well, not only that,
Jared Leto actually did a good job of the Joker, and they barely. I bet you it was like 2 minutes of him being on screen.
Now, from what I read a lot about Suicide Squad, though, is they tried to make the characters like, well, they're villains, but they're really not that bad. Like from everything that I've read about,
and that's the other thing that pisses me off.
It's like you can't do that with villains. You just no, they're villains for a reason.
Yeah.
You can't make them like, oh, they're villains, but we got to make them likable. No, that was the point of this whole comic, was they're badasses and you like them for that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the main reason why I want to go see Suicide Squad. When I started reading that, like the only arc that one is agreeable with is like that the Diablo character, because of how like he killed his family with his powers and everything. That's the only character where it like makes sense, but like, you know, Deadshot, Will Smith's character, and everybody like that, it's like, no, it doesn't fly. You know what I mean? But we digress. We need to go back to the topic of the Fearsome Five. So you got
I
Deadpool,
have my Deadpool.
you got Juggernaut,
Yep.
you got Thanos,
Yep.
you got Apocalypse,
Yep.
and Juggernaut.
Yes.
Okay, and that's yours.
I actually put some thought
Round
into this.
one.
Now, keep in mind, Deadpool was just kind of the late added, but he's funny, and in his own right, Deadpool is, if he puts his mind to it, he's a powerhouse. Not like the other ones are powerhouses, but
He does have good powers, and when he first came in to like the Marvel universe, he wasn't really like. The more popular he gained in the comic book world, the more they kind of tailored him to be closer to the good guy.
it makes me happy
You know
that
what I mean?
Marvel salvaged Deadpool from what wasn't perhaps as bad of a rendition as what the Juggernaut got. Deadpool got just as bad, and it makes me happy that they fixed him.
Yeah,
And it's good again.
only took how many years to do it from X-Men Origins Wolverine.
See, I want a Juggernaut movie, but it'll never happen because no one
You know
gives a
what?
shit about the Juggernaut but me, apparently.
You know what?
So,
If it was like the upbringing of, because him and I don't know much about Juggernaut's story, but him and Xavier are like
Step Brothers,
right?
and then
So,
there's the Crimson
If
Gems
it's
that
like,
are
if it's
acting,
like
blah,
this,
blah,
if it's like the story of how he became Juggernaut, and then there was like an arc along that, I think it might be a cool, like maybe Netflix or Amazon Prime type
I
type
think
series.
my Fearsome 5 should be a movie. Actually, it'd be a terrible movie because it would just be the universe being destroyed instantly.
Yeah. Now, okay, mine.
Okay.
Because I haven't done mine.
Okay.
Yet.
Yep.
Okay. So, the two that are going to be crossing over is Thanos and Juggernaut. I do like those characters as well. I think they would be funny.
Okay.
Kind of the dialogue between the two.
Because you know how talkative they are.
Would just be funny. And so those are my first two. The third one, and this is the comic version, the Mandarin. This guy is crazy. Like he's
The Mandarin.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's obviously a lot of people saw the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, but that was like that coup, and it was Ben Kingsley just not being the Mandarin, and then Guy Pearce being his weird fucking thing.
Yeah.
But Mandarin in the comics is actually pretty badass. Like he's got a lot of powers, a lot of cool shit that he does.
I don't. Okay, you need to sell this to me. So, explain to me the Mandarin a little bit here, because I'm not feeling it.
You're not feeling it.
Well, prove me wrong though. I want to know.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't know much about
You need
it.
to hear because you got Thanos, you got Juggernaut too for power. So you got like two power guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And I was gonna have for like the magical side and like the agility side, I was gonna have Mandarin and Loki.
Okay.
Together.
Yeah. Okay.
Put them together, right?
Yeah.
Mandarin has a lot of magical powers and stuff like that. Pretty cool character. Was like the one of the good main villains against Iron Man. Like he was able to screw him up quite a bit. And then obviously Loki, everybody knows a lot about Loki now because of the Avengers and Thor and Tom Hiddleston just being amazing. And that character being like pretty much a god to us, and just being like the Master of Mischief. I always loved that name for Loki. It makes sense.
Alright.
But you got him, right? So I got those four.
Yeah.
And then a guy that just comes slinging in on a web to just fuck shit up is Venom. so you got Thanos, Juggernaut.
Are we talking like maybe it's Eddie Brock Venom?
Yeah, Eddie Brock Venom. Because it would be the most dysfunctional group.
I can see it.
It'd be the most dysfunctional group, but it'd be pretty funny to watch too. Just you got like two people like Thanos and Loki that want to be the leader of everything, want to have everybody bow down to everything, and like there would be that power struggle between them, and Juggernaut just wouldn't give a shit and just run something over just because, and it would be the most dysfunctional Fearsome Five, but I think it could be the funniest.
I like the Venom choice.
I think that would be a good one. That's mine.
If I could have a sub, so like something happens,
like an alternate type thing?
like an alternate. If I was gonna sub someone out, something's happening, I'd sub Deadpool out for Planet Breaker Hulk.
Like Planet Hulk, like the
I mean, like
Hulk.
he's crazy. He's now okay. I say we're bad people. If he's at that stage where he's cracking a planet in half, okay, he's not a good guy anymore at that moment.
No, but okay. Have you ever seen? Because there was a while there where Marvel kind of went funky, and they had another Hulk. I believe it was like Mr. Fix-It or something was his name. If I'm wrong, comment and correct me and call me an idiot, because
You were an idiot.
it's fine. Actually, we got this trusty guy right here.
We're gonna find out right now.
We don't even need to know. All right, so you got I believe it's Mr. Fix-It.
Sounds like
And
it
it's-
sounds like a plumbing company.
And it does. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mr. Fix-It Hulk. So Mr. Fix-It Hulk, I know he was great. Joe Fix-It was his name, or Gray Hulk.
This is stupid. Okay.
Stanley wanted the Hulk to be gray, but due to ink problems, his color changed to green. But Joe Fix-It was a morally ambiguous Las Vegas enforcer and tough guy. So his morality was just out the window. And then sooner or later it kind of turned into like Savage Hulk, which just lost all control. But Joe Fix-It is it's an actual character who just was morally just didn't care. Kind of like Juggernaut,
this is
but
why,
like a tough guy in Las Vegas. Like the weirdest story ever, but it like go read it. It's funny.
That's stupid. That's
It's
funny.
stupid.
Yeah, it's
But
funny.
imagine that one as your alternate. Imagine that one as your alternate.
I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Planet Breaker.
Joe Fix It, go in.
Like he's busting a planet in half, man.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to like. I've actually realized like my team is useless, but cool, because number one, they all would be just trying to kill each other constantly.
Yeah.
Unless there was some reason that they weren't, in which case, like I can't think of a team that would beat my Fearsome 5. I can't.
Galacticus, just by himself.
That's different though, because we're talking about
But
literally
like him and Dormammu, like
they're
both of them
like-
together.
It's like God basically at that point.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
like
what it really is. Yeah.
fine, I sub Galactus on my team. Now what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now,
I'm
man?
screwed, man. I got nothing.
Okay,
But that's I don't have an alternate.
I'm not gonna actually pick Galactus because that's stupid. Because
It is.
that's stupid.
It's like when you see a genie. What do you wish for? 1,000 wishes. Like
I'd never even thought of that before. If I ever come across a genie, I'm gonna wish for 1,000 wishes now. I would have been like, Pepsi?
2 Cokes and chips. like
Two
like,
Cokes.
like Colin Mock.
Only if it's vanilla.
Yeah. You know what? I would ask for a reset at the end of each, like at the end of the 3 wishes. It resets, so it just automatically resets the 3 wishes.
God, we're greedy people.
We are. I'm okay with that.
I'm
Like,
okay.
I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay.
Yep.
Because this is going to be interesting because they're like round 2 for the Fearsome 5. Now you can pick DC Comics, Image Comics, Marvel Comics. You can pick any villain.
Yep. I just picked the exact
On
group.
the team, just the exact group. Instead of Deadpool, you would put.
I have Doomsday because I want Doomsday.
That's the
'cause-
only. That's the only thing you would change.
Yeah. I just don't give a shit about most. I shouldn't say that. I just find a lot of DC characters don't do it for me, and it's
Yeah.
not. It's just like I like.
Well, no,
Doomsday.
you like the Riddler too.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna pick the Riddler for my team. What's he gonna do? He's gonna like. I have fucking Juggernaut
Riddle me this.
running through a planet, and then you have the Riddler with his cane setting irritating traps. What are you gonna do? Like, there's Thor going, what is the solution to this puzzle? Smash with mirror, right? Like it's just. The Riddler is a useless team. I love the Riddler because he's
But
funny.
he'd be useless on the team.
Friggin' useless.
Well, so is Harley Quinn on the Suicide Squad, if you think about it.
Everyone on the Suicide Squad was useless in that movie.
In that movie, yeah. Well, the other
I'll
thing
preface.
too, with that movie, if you think about it, we're just shitting on. This is like the first episode, shitting on Suicide Squad.
It could have been.
That's what the first episode really is. Though, like, they didn't really have a reason to do the things. So, like, from what I've just read it. I still haven't watched the movie, but it sounds like if they had like, hey, Will Smith, we got your daughter. If you don't do what we say to help us save like the fucking planet, she gonna get it.
Yeah,
Right.
It wasn't the people acting in it weren't bad. It was written badly, I think. Personally, not to say like I'm gonna go out and write something better, but I'm with you on this. That it was the.
I think a lot of it is the writing for DC.
Well,
Like,
they
just
took
their movies,
all the bad. You said it exactly right. It's like taking a bunch of bad people and making them not that bad anymore.
making them likable.
And then the Joker was in it, and he seemed like he was gonna save it, but then they edited him out basically.
Yeah, that happens.
It's just like I don't know.
It's
The struggle was real when I was watching it. I was just like, what is this?
well, it was like that with Batman versus Superman. Just like 6 movies crammed into one, pretty much. like, don't get me wrong. I like Batman.
Right.
I like the character. I like parts of the character. Let me go with that. I like Ben Affleck, and I feel so sorry for him. Like for the whole the Daredevil fiasco, and backlash.
It was so bad, it drove him to drink. That's a terrible thing to say.
That is terrible. That is terrible.
I'm
well,
sorry.
He writes this script. He says he's done this script. He's going to direct the new Batman solo movie, and then all of a sudden he's out of rehab. It's like, well, what happened here? Like you wrote this script, and then all of a sudden there is no script, and then you hear something about like WB saying we need a complete rewrite, and it's like, well, okay, obviously there was some sort of script.
There was
written that they didn't
write.
But it's one of those things. There's so much speculation unless you know from the horse's mouth, which I don't know anybody from WB, and I don't know Ben Affleck at all. So,
but okay, you didn't say.
Oh, it'd be cool to know Ben Affleck.
Okay, so your list. Now you can bastardize the lines like I wanted to originally. Bastardize the lines of universes. You're gonna make your team from anywhere. Who would they be?
Well, Darkseid is kind of like, I don't know. He's kind of like a mixture of, I want to say like Apocalypse and Thanos. He's pretty crazy. So I might throw like Thanos out and put Darkseid in. But I don't know. I've never been a fan of Doomsday. But that was because I would play like the Death of Superman, like Super Nintendo game, and then I would never be able to beat Doomsday on the level.
That's right.
So it was like
That's
I was never
back when
good
they
at
made-
that game.
They
When,
made
like,
video games
they
hard
made
to beat.
video games hard. They made there was a level where I think it was Superboy, and that was the only level that I wanted because they like at that point they kind of made the Superboy like in the 90s kind of badass, like wearing a leather jacket and be like whatever. But I would sorry.
Yeah. No. Anyways.
Darkseid.
Yep.
I think I would take out Juggernaut and put in Bane.
Oh!
Comic Bane. Like comic Bane, not
So we're talking tubes and
not Dark Knight Rises or
No, we're talking like he's getting pumped and he's like 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like on the Venom fucking crazy badass Bane. The Luchador Bane.
Luchador Bane.
Yeah.
Okay, Luchador Bane.
Well, that's what he.
But now you have from now
But
on
you
there's
see-
Bane and there's Luchador Bane and Luchador Bane is
Yeah,
funny.
like Tom Hardy's Bane, whatever. He didn't want to put on the Luchador mask and be right, so whatever. I did not like Tom Hardy's Bane. No offense to Tom Hardy and all the people who like Tom Hardy. He's a good actor. Don't get me wrong. But when Bane is supposed to be like a 7-foot tall freak,
It was the voice.
and he's like Tom Hardy's what 5'10" and Christian Bale's 6 foot. It's like doesn't make sense.
But that whole Batman universe had a couple of things in it that were.
There was a lot of
Even
things
though I
that-
liked them, there was a few things.
Dark Knight Rises, I just want to forget about. it. It's just Batman Begins, Dark Knight, Inception.
Inception.
Something else. Just something else besides the Dark Knight Rises. I just did not care for it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I like them. I didn't. I couldn't get on board with it. The only thing that I liked about it was when they were in the Pittsburgh Steelers, when they were in Heinz Field, and like Bill Cowher and Pittsburgh Steelers players were in the film as like the whatever Gotham City Sprockets or Spunks or whatever they're freaking called.
Spunks.
I have no idea
Worst
what they were called.
football team name.
I have
ever.
no idea. I can't remember what they were called in the movie.
Anyways, okay.
But it was the Steelers, right? Because it was filmed in Pittsburgh. And football fan, Steelers fan. So I like that about the movie.
Okay.
But that was about it. There was some okay things. But yeah, it just, no. Not that Bane. The Bane from the comics. So that Bane, maybe Darkseid. I'm keeping Venom. Because Venom and Bane would be a crazy...
Symbiote suit Bane.
Oh, symbiote Bane, that would be... Oh my god. Like full out Venom with symbiote suit on Bane. Oh, jeez. Could you imagine? Can somebody like do something about that? Like in the 90s, they would do crossovers, right? Like Marvel and DC would do a lot of crossovers with their comics.
Right.
And they did one like Batman and Punisher. They did one where they actually combined Batman with Wolverine and the Dark Claw.
Batman.
They also did one where Superman fought Spider-Man. I have that issue, but
How? This is what kills me. How in the hell could you make Spider-Man have a chance against Superman? Like, does he have like?
well, nobody really has a chance against like.
That's why I hate Superman. I can't stand Superman.
It's really tough. Like, unless he had a bunch of like kryptonite in his web.
I was just gonna say kryptonite webs.
Like, that would be the only way, right, to actually take down Superman. Or make sure that you're like just lie and say that your aunt's name is Martha, because apparently that works. So, well, it works with Batman versus Superman. But
I don't understand the reference, but it
I know
sounds
you
intriguing.
don't. But you need to watch.
Do I have to watch it?
I'll sit down and watch it with you one day.
Okay.
Because I will watch it again.
How upset will I be?
I think you'll be okay with the ending.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
All right.
I think you'll be okay with the ending.
All right.
That's as far as I'm going. Okay, so I got Darkseid, I got Venom, Bane. It would be funny just to have like, I know it's not the comics, but Mark Hamill's Joker. Just in,
from the 90s
from the
cartoon.
90s, yeah, like just that Joker just randomly there, just hanging out, just throwing bombs every now and then.
Just yelling Batsy.
Yeah, just be there, right? Like, that would just be funny. Him and Loki, like him just bugging Loki, would just be funny. Just him hanging around Loki would just annoy Loki.
I went for the most powerful team possible. He went for the most amusing team possible.
It would be amusing though. Like, who would, like, Darkseid, Bane and Venom. Like, those were the two bad guys that I liked growing up as a kid. Like, from the Amazing Spider-Man TV show, the cartoon, like that Eddie Brock and that Venom was the coolest looking that I saw. I was like, yeah, like that's the guy I like. And then the Bane and like the cartoon of Batman, the animated series from the 90s again, and from the comics, I was just like, this guy's cool, right? Like, I don't know what it was, just those two guys I've always liked, and them being on the same team together would just be amazing.
I can get that.
And I am petrified of clowns, but I am okay with the clown prince with the Joker and Mark Hamill's Joker. Like, I am okay with that one. Like, his voice was just iconic in it. Like, I'll never.
It was
no
good.
one will ever be. Like, no one ever can beat Mark Hamill with that, and just him with Loki would just be freaking hilarious. I think.
I could see it.
Same with like Darkseid, and like if I had Darkseid and like Thanos together, it would just be like an intellectual conversation about evil.
What would they talk about?
Just evil things.
Things.
But intellectually. So it would sound like Charlie Rose, but evil. So Charlie Rose.
It'd have to be like narrated by either Patrick Stewart or Morgan Freeman.
Or both. Have both of them doing the voices.
Yes.
Like, I know Josh Brolin is the voice of Thanos now. And
Which works.
like, in Marvel Studios, technically, they kind of did or start a super villain team with like Thanos and having like Ronan work for him and like Loki work for him too, like during the Avengers and stuff like that. It's just in a roundabout way, and you haven't seen all of them together yet, and it's only 3 people, but it'd be cool if they incorporated the Mandarin too with that.
You just want the Mandarin in there.
I want a redemption of the Mandarin. That's what I want.
I want a redemption of the Juggernaut, but it's
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. That was bad. That was what, 10 years ago now?
I don't even want to talk about it.
And it still stinks.
It's painful.
It still stinks.
He wore a rock on his head.
Yeah.
I don't understand
what the
the
writing choice
stone
was.
helmet part. Like
I
he
think-
wore a helmet. It was a giant disc that, because he was so massive, it like sat on his shoulders, not a dick-shaped stone that sat on his head.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it.
It's just painful, guys. It's
I
painful.
know it bugged you. Okay. So I think here's a good time to wrap it up.
Okay.
I think this is a good time to wrap it up. The one thing that I did want to ask is because Spider-Man: Homecoming is surprisingly a couple months away. Like, it's coming out July 7th.
How many reboots of Spider-Man can we have in a lifetime?
I don't know, but like I know Guardians Volume 2 comes out,
Which
next
will be
month,
amazing.
and I am excited for that
Yeah.
one. It comes out on my birthday.
I'm gonna give this new Spider-Man a chance. Normally, I'm a
I
negative person with these kind of things, but I will
am
give it a
too.
chance.
I am too, because they hooked up Spidey with Iron Man. Not only Iron Man and Tony, but Tony hooked Spidey's suit up too.
That's right. He's got a bunch of gadgets, right?
He has gadgets in this movie. From what I've read in the articles that I've read, he's got like 17 new gadgets, stuff like that.
Okay.
Where they did introduce some of them into Civil War already, but like in the one of the post-credit scene of Civil War. My question is to people: are you excited about the gadgets that Spider-Man's going to have for this movie? Because I think that will also be a huge difference and a huge leap that's different from the movies that they already done, like with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, right? Because they were just teenagers in their bedroom making the suits on their own. With Tony Stark's gear, with this one, do you think it will make any difference for the movie and for how you see this movie as opposed to the other 5 Spider-Mans that were already made?
I think this is a key thing that I'm glad they're doing something different, because I can only see the origin story of friggin' Spider-Man so many times.
Which we can all assume that Uncle Ben's already gone, because we didn't see him in.
Well, and his
spoiler.
spoiler. And his aunt. What I liked about it is in the Avengers movie.
She looks like a stripper.
Yeah, she's just like she's like
she
middle
was.
aged.
She was in. I think she played the role of a stripper.
She's a classy lady.
In The Wrestler, I think, with Mickey Rourke. I think she was a stripper.
Just keeping on with the trend.
Just like Aunt May's just getting hotter and hotter as we go.
Also, guys,
it's crazy.
What I like to say is, if you have any ideas for discussions for us to have, please leave it in comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we will have these conversations. Anything.
We will. We definitely look forward to hearing any ideas that you guys have, and feel free to hit the like button and subscribe button to EMC. Careful now. It's a good thing that lid was on. That would have been disastrous. Maybe I should bring a laptop for next week.
No laptop.
I think that's a good idea. All right. Well, we're signing off for today. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll see you in the next episode.
See you next time.